Do you know why some of these stocks make some of the biggest moves they do, the mechanics and the reason and the rationale behind it? Today, I'm going to break it down for you. Hey everyone, lead trainer with Stocks to Trade, Tim Bowen here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to be notified as soon as we release a new video, and hit that alert button. We go live once a week, sometimes multiple times a week, breaking down the stocks in play, breaking down the charts in play. Really want you to hit that alert button so you can be notified as soon as we go live, as well as soon as we post one of these new how-to videos. Today we're going to get into the weeds. We're going to talk about the underlying mechanics of why some of these stocks move. We're going to break down some terms, some jargon, I guess you would call it, and really kind of get behind why these stocks move. Now you might say, I don't care why they move, I just want to make some money, but I think you need to have a broad market knowledge and understand why, the how and the why. I mean, if you're doing anything, I think you need to understand the background, the history, the mechanics of why these stocks move. And the terms I want to talk about today are float rotation, supply and demand, and again, why these stocks move. And I'm going to talk about some theory. I'm going to give you some resources to look up and research as well. So get ready to learn. So one of the biggest, I'm going to focus on low float stocks because these are the stocks that you see move 20, 50, 500, literally 1,000%. I mean, sometimes, now not every day, but a couple times a year, sometimes, sometimes once a month, depending on the market, you'll see stocks that move literally 1,000%. These are what's called low float stocks. The float is the freely tradable shares of the stock. That is the supply. Remember, stocks move because of supply and demand at the end of the day. So the freely tradable shares of the float, these are shares that aren't locked up, held by insiders, etc. Those are the shares that are being recycled through the day. Why do we care about that? Think about basic economics. I'm guessing you've had a high school economics class or a college economics class. You know, smaller supply, more demand, what's going to happen to the price? Goes up fast. Okay? Just like if you're going to the gas pump and you're like, wait a minute, why is gas $1 a gallon more than it was yesterday? Most likely there was a tanker explosion or a cutoff in supply from the Middle East. Less supply, the demand is still there, the price goes up. So that's why we look at low float stocks. Low float stocks, write this down, typically less than 10 million shares freely tradable. You can find this information really quickly and easily in Stocks to Trade. Should be featured in any platform. We have it prominently featured everywhere in Stocks to Trade. Now, 10 million is kind of the general consensus, but for the really low float stocks that make the huge move, you're looking at 5 to 1 million, even down to 500,000 shares. So no float. Next term is float rotation. That is the idea that, remember, if there's only 1 million shares that can possibly be traded, you have to have new buyers coming in and have to have sellers coming in order for the stock to be traded. If a stock is traded, has 1 million shares, and is traded 2 million shares on the day, that's 2 times the float. There's got to be new buyers, there's got to be sellers, and there's got to be somebody willing to bid up, or there'd be no price movement. Think about it. Let's make it simple. If I bought all 1 million shares of a low float stock, I cornered the float, it's called, and I've got all of these shares. I'm not going to sell unless someone says, I'll give you $2, I'll give you $3, I'll give you $4. Now what happens? I bought all 1 million shares at $1. Another big investor, and remember there's millions of traders, this is just simplifying it, he comes along and says, I'll give you $4. What happened? That stock just changed hands, it went up 400%. That's what we're looking at. That's what we call float rotation. That's more buyers coming in, more sellers coming in, and this is something I want you to Google and know. It's the greater fool theory. Okay? The idea behind the greater fool theory is I'm buying this stock not based on the fundamentals, not based on the future prospects. I'm buying it because I think that there's a greater fool out there that's willing to pay more. So when they go through 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, sometimes 60 million, 70 million shares traded, there's a good chance that that stock is going to continue spiking through the day. So understand supply and demand, understand float rotation, and especially, this is the key, as these late day moves. I know a lot of you, especially under the PDT, you want to spot these late day trades. Look for the float and look for the float rotation. Because there's a good chance if you got a million float stock that's traded 50 million shares, and this happens quite frequently these days, if it's trading 50 million shares into the end of the day, that's all new buyers. That's all more greater fools. So there's a good chance you can buy and sell to that greater fool late day. Understand supply and demand, understand float rotation and why these stocks move, and please comment below with that question. This is a common question. I get asked a lot about float and float rotation. I would love to answer your question in the next video. Drop it below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to comment below with any trading related question. We love answering your questions. Also, like and share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to be notified as soon as our next video hits. And if you're looking to expand your trading knowledge, don't forget to check out all of our other videos, and be sure to click the trial below. Check out Stocks to Trade. I think it is one of the best, most rapidly advancing softwares out there. Be sure to check out our trial.